Okay, to reassemble your Prophecy, you're first going to take your drive, put that on top. See, it's nice and ball race. There's dual ball race in here. Drop that in. Next, you're going to take your clutch with your star plate. So you see it's magnetic, you can actually turn it like that. You're going to hold it in place and snap it. If it snaps shut, you're not going to get any clutch. So that's something if you don't want any slip at all in the clutch. But if you want it how it's intended, flip it about 180 degrees. And it shouldn't sit flat. You'll see you'll get that nice clutch in there as you intended it to. Next, you're going to take your E-clip, line it up with your rip drive shaft, and just simply push it in. Some people like a O-ring pick to do it. I'm not real big on it. And if you take this apart too much, this may get worn out and it may get kind of stretched out. See, I put it on wrong. I put it on the larger side of the shaft, and you don't want to do that because it can actually stretch that E-clip out. So I'm just going to push it back in place a little and put it on the right side, which would be the skinnier side. You see it'll lock in place a little bit nicer that time, and it won't have any freeway. Next thing you're going to do is take your drive extension, just simply push that on top. That actually went on perfect, but sometimes you're going to have to rotate it around. So we got that clutch that we need, nice spin, everything's working fine. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to want to take your outlet cover, and there's one tab here. This is going to go under your motor, and this is going to go to the side of it. So just slide it right down in and wiggle it into place, and it will go. You also have a tab on the side that'll lock in. You want to make sure that this piece right here is outside your clear slide. Next, you're going to take your battery pack, whether you're running 2 9-volts or 4 AA's, plug it in, and with the wires on top and going out towards the left, you can just set it in place. And now I like to test if it works, and it does. Press button A, and that's it. Then you're going to take your floor, hook it on top of the battery cover, and just press tab in 1, tab 2 in, just like that. Now's a good time to make sure that your outlet cover is outside the slide on this side. Make sure that your anti-jam freeway and slide cover is right there. Just check around, make sure that everything looks right, because this is one of the main parts of your loader. Just to make sure everything's right, or else you might mess it up. Now you're going to take your 2 body halves, and you're going to take the one without the magnet in, which should be the left side. You can also, left side coming from the back actually, because there can be 2 left sides, which way you look at it. From the back, the left side, it's going to be the one without the magnet in there. You're going to flip your drive over, press this button down, and simply slide it on. You might have to push that tab in place right here. You want to make sure that tab's in place with no gaps. You're also going to want to look at the side, looking down here, and there's going to be this tab right here. This tab's got to be underneath the slide, and this tab right here has to be over top the slide, or else it won't go together and you risk breaking it. So as you see right here, you can see that littler tab is right above the slide. That means I did it right. Just look around, make sure it's all right. You're just going to make sure that this goes straight down the center line of the backbone. Next, you're going to take your other one, and you're going to want to kind of put this on an angle, and then push down right here as hard as you can, and slide it into place. And I did not do it right, because you see this whole side right here is flopping off. So just pull it right back off. You can try it whichever way you like. Holding it this way sometimes works. And then put it on a bit of an angle, press, and snap into place. Now, if you can move it like that, and you see this huge gap underneath here, it's not in place. So, take it back off and try it one more time. you'll hear it snap into place. Now that side's going to be in place good. And I'm going to look on here, and I'm just going to follow with my O-ring pick around, and that's on top. I'm going to move this so that sits flush. See, it works. Everything's in line right. Next step is going to take your insert, simply pop it in place, and just make sure everything's in place. It will rotate and move around a little bit, but that'll lock in as soon as the front cover's on. Next we're going to take our back cover, and it's a simple rolling motion. Hook it up on top, roll it down, push that tab in, and it's in place. See, it works. And push down, make sure it's in place. Next thing we're going to do the lid. I do it with my spring. If you want to do it without a spring, it's your choice. But with the spring, all you need to do is just set it on there and hold it on top. And then pull the two parts apart and just lock it in. The spring will auto set itself. Then you can take your back cap, or sorry, your front nose cone, push it into place, and it runs. There it is. And that's reassembling your Empire Prophecy.